Hi everybody, Elin here. Today I come to you guys with my bookish wish list. So these are books that I want to have because I want to read them, obviously. So the books on this list are books that are already published. So there will not be another most anticipated release kind of video because I've done that, and I can link it down below if someone interested in watching that. But yeah, this is all about books that are already released and books I haven't bought for whatever reason. I don't even know why, because money usually is why. And space. But yeah, I have I think 10 books to talk about with you guys today, so let's get started. So the first book I want is Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, and this is the leather-bound the Barnes & Noble leather-bound edition, and that's because I do have kind of a little of a Alice in Wonderland kind of collection. I think I have 12 or 12 now, and I mean, I need this edition for my shelf because it's gorgeous, it's pink, and it has like golden edges, and it's beautiful, and I need it in my life. And then the next book I want is Love, Life and the List by Casey West. Casey West is another one of my favorite authors that I discovered this year actually, and I'm trying to read everything she has ever published pretty much, and I'm getting there. But yeah, this is the book that comes out, actually it comes out December 26th. Technically it comes out December 26th, but I mean, it's so soon. I can buy it after Christmas. So, I mean, it's on this list, but all the other books are already published. I made a mistake there, but I still want to talk about this book. But yeah, Casey West is one of my favorite authors that I discovered this year, like I said before, and she's also one of my favorite contemporary authors. So I really love her books, and of course I need to have this one. And this one, you meet 17-year-old Abby Turner, and her summer's not really going as she planned it. She has a crush on her best friend Cooper, and it's unrequited, and it's not so secret because people actually know about this crush. And she also hasn't really been able to deal with the fact that her mother's issues with anxiety is growing, and she also got rejected from this art show because they thought that her art didn't show any heart. So she's got a lot of things that's not really going her way at the moment. So she actually gets another opportunity to show her paintings, and of course Abby's not going to take any chances with this, and that is why this list comes into play. And she has 1 month where she's supposed to do 10 things, so she has a list of things she has to do, and I'll mention some of these things for you. Number 3 is ranging from Face a Fear, Learn a Stranger's Story is 5, To Fall in Love is 8, and yeah, those are some of the things from the list she's going to do in 1 month, so I'm guessing this book will be crammed with a lot of cutesy romance things, which is what I live for when I read Casey West books. And then we have Wonderland, written by Wendy Spinelli, and this is actually a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, so of course it needed to be on this list because I love reading retellings of Alice in Wonderland. And this one is actually book 2 in a series, so I'm not going to tell you guys what it's about because I don't want to spoil the first one. And I think the first one is a retelling of Peter Pan, and it's called Everland, so you should definitely check that out before reading Wonderland, which I will definitely do. And then we have the Kane Chronicles, which is actually a trilogy written by Rick Riordan, and I need these 3 books. And also the first book is called Red Pyramid, and this book actually evolves about Egyptian mythology, which is a mythology I'm not really good at. I don't know that much about it. I know some of the names of the gods, but that's pretty much it. So I really feel like I would learn a lot from reading these books, which is actually why I love Rick Riordan's books, because you learn, it's mythology, it's kick-ass freaking demigods, and sometimes very hilarious gods in general. So I definitely need to read these books. I feel like that's pretty much all you need to know about these books because I prefer going in blind really. So I'm not going to tell you guys more than that because I don't really want to know. But Egyptian mythology, Rick Riordan, I mean, you don't even need to know more. So the next book we have is Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow, which is written by Jessica Townsend. And this is a middle grade book, and it has really high ratings on Goodreads. It actually has 4.48, which is ridiculously good. And I just really like the aesthetic of the cover, which is what made me, you know, want to check out what the book is about, which is always the reason why I check a book out, unless I know the author from before, which I do not know in this case. Because this is a debut book by Townsend, and it is because this book is about Morgan Crow, and he's cursed, and she's actually cursed so that she will die on the day she turns 11. And she was actually born on a night called Eventide, which is the unluckiest day of the year, and therefore she's blamed for everything that goes wrong in the town. Morgan awaits her fate, and she meets this strange and remarkable man named Jupiter North, and he's chased by black smoke hounds and shadowy hunters on his way to this town, and he whisks her away into the safety of a secret magical city called Nevermore. So it sounds really interesting, it sounds very magical, and obviously it's very good since the rating is so high, so I need this book in my life right now. And the next book we have is The Empress by S.J. Kincaid, and this is actually book 2 in the series. I think they call it Diabolic, I'm not sure, but the first book is called The Diabolic, and I love the first book. It was so good. It's a sci-fi book. So we have the character Nemesis, and she's actually a diabolic, which is sort of reminds of like a robot, but it's a little bit more like human, a little bit more high-tech really. And we have Sidonia, and her father is actually this kind of high, like he's pretty a big deal in this universe really, and her dad actually does something he's not supposed to do, you know, rebellion against the king, and the king finds out, and he demands that every person that was involved in this rebellion has to send one, like their kid to the castle so they can keep a track on them, you know, make sure the parents behave and everything like that. And the dad actually comes up with the idea to send Nemesis instead, and Nemesis has to be remade a little bit to look more like Sidonia, and she also has to learn to act more human. So she's sent off to the castle, and a shitload of things happen, and it's so good, and therefore I need to read the second book, because I need to know what happens, but maybe I need to reread the first book first, because it's so good. Okay, so we have 7 Ways We Lie by Riley Redgate, and this one is actually pretty much summed up with 7 students, 7 deadly sins, 1 secret. Dun 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 dun. That sounds cool, so cool. And I really like books and TV shows and stuff like that that evolves or like uses the 7 deadly sins in the story, and I'm just kind of fascinated really. So I really want to read this book, and I've been wanting to do so for such a long time, and I need to read it. And so this is about Paloma High School, and it's ordinary by anyone's like standards. It got some cliques, it's got some prejudices, and the same suspect cafeteria food. Gross. School food is horrible. And like every high school, students have something to hide. So for example, we have Kat, and she's the thespian who conceals her trust issues on stage. We have Valentine, the neurotic genius who's planted the seed of a school scandal. And the scandal after that sort of bubbles over, and rumors of a teacher-student affair surface, and of course that's never good. And everyone starts hunting for someone to blame, and then it's actually for the 7 unlikely allies end up in the heart of it all, and the collision of the 7 ordinary seeming lives result in extraordinary change. And I want to read this book like now, so you better get on that. Okay, so then we have Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco, and I'm not going to tell you guys what it's about really, because I don't want to read on Goodreads what it's about, because that would spoil the first book, which is Stark and Jack the Ripper. And I think everybody's pretty much heard about these books by now. But the second book is about like hunting Prince Dracula. And that's pretty much all I know, because I really don't want to spoil myself for the first book, because I bought that book and I haven't read it yet. So yeah, but that's pretty much all I know. But I really do want to read both of those books because I've heard so much talk about them and everybody seems to love them. And also Hunting for Dracula has 4.43 in rating on Goodreads, and that's ridiculously good, so obviously I need to read this book. Okay, and then we have One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus. 5 students are actually supposed to walk into detention, and there's only 4 people that actually makes it out. So Simon, the outcast, he turns up dead after this detention is over, and we have 4 suspects. So we have Bronwyn, which is the brain, we have Addie, the beauty, we have Nate, the criminal, and Cooper, the athlete. And those are the main suspects, so it's sort of a mystery kind of thing, trying to figure out who killed Simon. And I'm so excited for this read because it sounds so good. So we have the Serpent King by Jeff Sentner, and I tried to read like the summary of this book and trying to wrap my brain around what it's about because I don't really know. I just heard amazing things about it, which is why I want to read it. But you don't really know that lot. You don't really know that much just from reading like the description on Goodreads, I feel like, because that's very vague. That's very vague. And but you do find out that the book follows fellow outcasts Travis and Lydia, and they're starting their senior year together with their friend Dill. And Dill's only escape are his music and his secret feelings for Lydia, neither of which he's actually brave enough to share with anyone. And graduation feels more like an ending to Dill than a beginning. He's not really looking forward to it. But even before then, he must cope with another ending, one that will rock his life to the core. So it's very mysterious, you don't really know a lot at all. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can gather from this summarize. But yeah, I hope you like watching this video because that's for all of the books I'm going to talk about today. I really do like making these videos. This type of videos, like talking about books I want, the books I look forward to. So please tell me down below in the comments if there's any book you want on your wish list, or if there's like a book release you're looking forward to or whatever. Please let me know down in the comments down below. And yeah, I hope you liked this video like I said, and if you did, please give me some thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little button down below. And also don't forget that little bell icon thingy and click that one as well, so that you're 100% sure that you get a notification for when I upload a new video. So yeah, I hope we see each other next time. Bye!